Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about love and basketball. So in love and basketball, right? We have two main characters, Monica and Quincy. Now we're gonna talk about Monica's household dynamic and how she grew up. So Monica, she has a sister named Lena, a mother named Camille, and a father named Nathan. Um, Now Monica, she always wanted to be like a famous basketball player. Um, as a woman, people always think like, oh, we always have this like a power dynamic with a man and woman. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit about that today. Um, Now Quincy, he's a star basketball player. He always wanted to be one, just like his father. His father's name is Zeke McCall, and his mother name is Nona McCall. So yeah, and the backstory with Quincy, well, his father is a famous basketball player, and of course he was a player, getting all females and everything like that. So that's his backstory with his family. So it's always a power struggle with these two between females and males. In the movie now, as they grew up, like Monica, she was a star basketball player in her high school team. She wanted to, get drafted, and she didn't really get picked. So, as a female, as a basketball player, you're supposed to be rough and act more manly than supposedly female when you play basketball. But for a man now, he could act manly, he could do what he want to do and still get away with it. But Monica, just because she's a female now, she's supposed to, act like a female and, you know, act like a lady because she's a female. But with Quincy, it's okay for him to, talk smack and, you know, get a high five when he act a little crazy. It's always a power struggle. That's what I noticed in this movie. It's a power struggle, and she always had to choose whether with her career and being in a relationship. So as they grew older, in college now, she started getting more playtime. She was going to college, but she was working her behind off. She was in the gym, dedicated. She was working overtime to really like master her craft. While Quincy, he was mastering his craft too, but it wasn't to the extent of what Monica was doing. So as time progresses, she started getting better and better, and then her coach finally noticed her, and she got picked. So now this is where the power struggle come in. When she got picked, now she started getting more noticed. She started noticing. Well, her coach started noticing. She was good at her craft, and they wanted her as a star team. So when she started rising, Quincy started going down. So that's the power dynamic I'm talking about. With Quincy, he was going through his situation where his basically his dad cheating on his mother, and he was going through his situation like that. He wanted Monica to always be there, but as a star basketball player, you can't really be there all the time. There's curfew, and you have to be in the dorms at a certain time. So she had to choose between her career and being there for him. But of course, she chose her career. So that's the power dynamic I'm talking about. With Quincy, from that point on, it seemed like he wanted her to be there, but she couldn't really be there, so she had to choose between her career and him. So she chose her career, and then after that, now, um, he wanted to break up with her because it seemed like he wanted her to choose, but she shouldn't have to make a choice between her career and him. Regarding your career, you should never have to make a choice like that. I think it's crazy, and I think it's kind of messed up that he put her in that situation. Um, to have to choose between career and loving somebody, like why she couldn't do both? That was my question about the whole thing. Why did she have to choose? Um, but I'm proud of her for not really choosing love situations. She always chose her career because at the end of the day, well, let's just say like at the end of the movie, right? She still ended up playing pro basketball, and she had a kid. So if she would have been like, you know what, let me just fall in love, let me get married and forget about basketball. Now she wouldn't have like a career to go fall back on because she gave up pro basketball for him. So she still ended up doing what she loved to do, which is basketball. And I'm proud to say that she did, reach for her dreams, reach for her passion, and still pursued him at the same time. But the thing is, I didn't like in the movie is she had to play for his heart, which I didn't understand. Like, why do she have to play for your heart? At the end of the day, if you didn't like her, why do she have to play with your heart? Like the heart is, a fragile thing. But me honestly, I didn't think Quincy really liked her like that. He only liked her because she was she was becoming into her femininity. Um if you notice, like when they was little, he liked her back then because she had a dress on. Her mother put her in a dress, and her mother was dressing her up. That's when he finally noticed her, like when she was, in her femininity. And then when they was teenagers, um, when she finally put on a dress for the senior prom or whatever dance they was at, she finally put on a dress and he finally noticed her. So it was like, okay, did you really like her like that, or you liked her because she was dressing up and more feminine? So me, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't really like the movie too much, and I don't know about you guys, but to me, it was like she was trying to prove herself to him all through the movie. And it's like, okay, you don't have to prove yourself to nobody. She was more comfortable like wearing, basketball shorts and, just, playing basketball with him. Like he wanted her to like be something that she wasn't. And maybe that wasn't her, dressing up all feminine, but that's what she chose to do. So at the end now, she had to play for his heart. She ended up losing, and then he said something stupid, saying double or nothing. Double or nothing? Like what? Double or nothing for what? Why? Why? Why do you have to play games like that just to win a man's heart? Like double or nothing? And then at the end, she ended up, playing basketball. So it was like, okay, was he a stay-at-home dad? At the end, I had so much questions and not enough answers. They end up having a baby. She ended up playing pro basketball, and then that was the end of the movie. But it's like, okay, what did he do? Was he a professional basketball player? Like, did he stop doing what he do? Was he a stay-at-home dad? What did he do? What did he pursue after they got together? I just have so much questions, not enough answers. But yeah, yes. So far, I think it was a power dynamic with the two of them, the whole movie, and I didn't really like it. You could tell me your thoughts or your opinion of how the movie went for you guys, but me, I didn't really rate it as a far like 10 out of 10. I think it's like a 7 if you ask me, but that's me personally. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.